October 2025. A Russian military train moves through occupied territory, part of a vital supply route feeding frontline operations in southern Ukraine. On board, diesel fuel, ammunition, communications gear, everything a modern army needs. But this time, it wouldn't make it to the front. Using small, low-flying drones, Ukraine delivered a precise and devastating strike. The consequences: tactical disruption, strategic embarrassment, and renewed fears over Russia's vulnerability deep behind its own lines. This is what really happened. Since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022, the Kremlin has relied heavily on railways to move everything from tanks to toilet paper across thousands of kilometers of contested ground. In occupied Ukraine, these supply lines have become more fragile, exposed to partisan sabotage, Mars strikes, and increasingly, drones, the target in this case. A fuel and logistics train reportedly headed toward Melitopol or Tokmak, key areas under heavy Russian pressure. Think of these railways not as simple tracks, but as the arteries of the war machine. Cut them, even temporarily, and the entire system feels the strain. For Russia, maintaining these lines isn't just a logistical necessity, it's a symbol of control over the territories it occupies. In the early hours of the morning, Ukrainian drones entered the airspace completely undetected, according to defense analysts. The UAVs used in this mission were likely small, FPV-style drones, manually piloted, incredibly cheap, and extremely precise. They are the surgical scalpels of modern warfare, capable of delivering pinpoint strikes that larger, more expensive systems might miss. The drones struck multiple points of the train, beginning with the locomotive to immobilize it, then detonating directly into fuel tankers. Video footage, shared by Ukrainian sources, shows massive plumes of black smoke rising from the site, with flames engulfing several train cars. Russian authorities later confirmed the attack but, as expected, downplayed its impact. However, satellite imagery and rail traffic data tell a very different story. The digital breadcrumbs left behind paint a picture of significant disruption, one that official statements tried to erase. The train was disabled. Sections of track were destroyed. According to open-source intelligence, rail traffic through the affected area was halted for nearly a full day, and a war where logistics mean everything. A 24-hour delay can shift the tempo on the battlefield. Think about it, a single day without fuel can mean delayed offensives or compromised defenses. Tanks can't move, generators can't power command posts, and the entire front can grind to a halt. More importantly, the strike sent a chilling message: Ukrainian drones can hit critical infrastructure deep behind enemy lines, and Russia, despite its vast air defense network, can't stop them all. It's a message that travels faster than any train, sowing doubt and uncertainty. So, why does this one incident matter so much? First, it shows how Ukraine is evolving. Its drone warfare capabilities are no longer just reactive or symbolic. They are surgical and strategic. They are actively shaping the battlefield. Second, this forces Russia to defend a much broader area. For every train that needs protection, air defenses must be stretched thinner, leaving other valuable assets exposed. It's a classic military dilemma. You can't protect everything, everywhere, all the time. Third, this fuels internal pressure within Russia. Russian military bloggers were quick to criticize the lack of adequate air defense, calling it negligence and an open invitation for more strikes. This kind of public criticism, coming from pro-war voices, chips away at the government's narrative of competence. And finally, it disrupts the illusion of control. A well-timed drone strike on logistics weakens not just the military, but the morale of the soldiers and officials counting on those supplies. Within days, Russia retaliated, targeting Ukrainian infrastructure with its own swarms of drones. In the city of Sumy, a train station was hit, reportedly as civilians and rescue workers were responding to an earlier strike. Ukraine called this a deliberate double-tap tactic, a method designed to maximize casualties among first responders. Russia, on the other hand, called it a precision operation against a legitimate military target. This tit-for-tat exchange raises the stakes dramatically. Both sides are now using drones not just for battlefield kills, but for strategic disruption far from the front lines. This grim reality means that every train, every power station, and every bridge has become a potential target in this escalating war of attrition. The war in Ukraine is rapidly becoming the world's first large-scale drone conflict, with low-cost UAVs, some made with 3D printed parts. Ukraine is leveling the playing field against a numerically superior adversary. A single drone, costing just a few $100s, can destroy a piece of equipment worth millions. This strike on the Russian train is part of a broader pattern, a shift toward asymmetric warfare, where precision, mobility, and innovation can outweigh brute force. And as the harsh winter approaches, strikes on infrastructure on both sides could become the defining feature of this next grueling phase of the war. It's a new chapter in military history, written by small and manned aircraft. One drone, one train, one powerful message. In modern war, it's not always about how much you have, but how intelligently you use what you've got. This single event encapsulates the changing nature of conflict in the 21st century. Thank you for watching. For more analysis like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We'll see you in the next one.